Hello, my name is Donna Jean Wilde. This is my capping presentation for Masters of Elementary Education course program. As I have been creating this presentation, I am full of mixed emotions. One side of me is bursting with excitement to finally have made it one small step at a time. Now I have finally arrived, but the other side of me is not quite ready to let it all go. I keep looking back at the challenging but fabulous journey behind me. It has been a privilege to be part of this master's program at the University of Alberta. Looking back over the courses that I've completed on and off campus, I feel that every single course was pivotal for me, not only in my professional teaching, but changed me personally for the better and the way I interact with others and the world apart from my school. I certainly did not make it to my destination without some wind beneath my wings the entire way. I could never have done it alone. I currently teach grade 1 to 5 music at McGrath Elementary. I cannot even begin to say how much I love my teaching position. I get to sing, dance, and play instruments with children all day. When I leave home for school each day from a nearby hamlet called Welling, I feel like I leave home and then I arrive at home. You see, both my husband and I and our 5 children graduated from McGrath High School. I know my students feel the love I have for our school and our entire community. I want to continually make it a safe and caring place. I have a few other things aside from school that fills my life. We have 5 children and 8 grandchildren, 1 more coming soon. Along with my husband and myself working full-time, we also have a farm of 400 acres to manage at our home in Welling. My role as a music teacher began 36 years ago. When I was 16, my piano teacher and lifetime mentor placed a handful of her beginning students in my teaching care. I continued to teach piano lessons for many years. My desire to learn and teach music has continued to the present time. I have always felt that music was so important in a child's life, and well, in everyone's life. I witness this each day with the energy and joy and smiles that it brings to my students and to myself. But until this past semester, I could never really explain exactly why people have those feelings and why they are so important. 2 courses that I've been enrolled in this semester have synchronized so well: Cohesion of Health and Education with Dr. Lauren Schultz and Introduction to Educational Research with Dr. Mi-Jing Kim. We were required to choose a narrow research topic that would allow our area of study to be focused for this term, as well as our final project. These courses and projects within my research area have changed me completely. My research has been on brain function, and more specifically, the effects of music on the brain. As this semester has progressed, and through a lot of research and assignments, I have learned so much about our brain functions and how it directly relates to mental and physical health and well-being, exercise, nutrition, stress, and of course, music. The World Health Organization's definition of health is not merely the absence of disease or infirmity, but a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. If we can give our students the knowledge and tools that would enable them to be in control to a large degree of their emotions, moods, and happiness, would we not want this to be a priority? I have felt my personal self change through this term and become very passionate about this topic. If I was to continue on in my graduate studies, I would want to be involved in brain research. I have learned about modern brain imagery such as MRIs, EEGs, and PETs. Researchers can now focus on specific areas and functions and activity of the brain. Imagery has made it possible to study cognitive, emotional, psychological, and health benefits of the brain that are associated with various activities. They can see what is happening in your brain when, for example, you are experiencing pleasure, such as listening to and participating in music, when you're engaged in math problem solving, when you're stressed, when you're sleeping, and very importantly, when you are physically active. Imaging shows the currents of energy produced throughout our brains when we are involved in activities that we like. No wonder those activities make us feel so happy. We can see they actually light up our brains with energy. Deep within the brain is a set of structures called the limbic system. The limbic system contains the brain's reward circuit or reward pathway. The reward circuit links together a number of brain structures that control and regulate our ability to feel pleasure. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that helps control the brain's reward and pleasure centers and is produced in the VTA part of the limbic system. Dopamine helps regulate movement and emotional response, and it enables us not only to see rewards, but to take action to move towards them and do them again. This slide shows our brain cells and neurons are blue, and it shows little yellow dots of dopamine being transferred in the space called the synapse from one neuron to another. We have billions of these. This is how the happy doses of dopamine are transferred throughout our brains and throughout our limbic system. If I was explaining this to a student, I would do it this way. For example, pretend you're out riding your bike on a beautiful trail with your friends. Your dopamine starts to produce in the VTA area. And then it moves to your amygdala. And your amygdala deals with emotions, and it says, "This is so wonderful. I love this feeling. I am so happy right now." And then it moves to your hippocampus. And your hippocampus says, "Well, let me remember how I feel, exactly where I am, and this experience," because your hippocampus helps you with memory. Then it moves to your nucleus accumbens, which is motor control functions. And your nucleus accumbens says, "Well, I'm going to keep pedaling so I can continue to feel this way." Then your prefrontal cortex helps focus and concentrate on the path and takes care of thinking about driving your bike and the purpose of why you were there. Then you want to repeat that, and the reward circuit goes crazy again, and the dopamine goes out. And that's why you continually are happy while you're riding your bike. Feeling pleasure motivates us to repeat behaviors. This is so important for mental health. Just the very basics of repeating healthy habits and staying active will increase dopamine and therefore help us to feel happier, energetic, help us to stay motivated and focused, and have healthy social interactions. Many students come to school with hidden struggles they carry in their backpacks every day, mentally or physically, that affect their mood and emotions. Teachers have the ability to make a conscious effort to help lift those moods by using the resources in our classrooms and in our schools. It is the brain on the right side of this PET scan that we want for our students and for ourselves too. It would make sense that we would see activation in the reward system when listening to music. People feel their association with music very rewarding, and the results can often be felt immediately. Many studies explain that emotional experiences resulting from music lead to a decreased level of the stress-related hormone cortisol. And so it is a tool to help with mental illness and depression. Patients in medical centers become calm and their bodies are more receptive to treatment because of lowered heart rates and blood pressure while listening to music. The exciting fact is that music is available everywhere. We can listen to our favorite music while walking down the street, doing household chores, driving, shopping, and walking. In almost every aspect of life imaginable, we can enjoy music and the benefits of brain chemistry. It can have an impact on how we feel now or how we want to feel later. Helping students realize that they can be somewhat in control of what goes on inside their brain and help them see that they can keep positive, more healthy, and happy through the activities they choose is a wonderful discovery for me. And this has been a wonderful adventure. Thank you so much.